Good show. I've seen it a couple times. My daughter loves it. It's great.
So people in the audience...
Because, you know, it teaches you, because if you go in there with an open mind, you can respect people with whom you disagree. And I think that's the thing that Hamilton taught me.
That's
and I went home and I read the Federalist. And you know what I said? When I saw it, I went home and I said, I wish every Republican
would watch that.
Would come and watch this.
Yeah.
It would be so good for them.
The problem is a lot of people in the audience were Democrats.
Right.
When Mike Pence walked in with his daughter and
Mike Pence went? Did Mike Pence go? Well,
he loved it.
That's good. Because that's what we need. We need to bring people together.
Except everybody...
Because when people come together and respect each other... then anything can happen. And this is what I love. This is what I love about the most. Is the artistic community I found in New York, because I know a lot of these people, you know, do a lot of music, and I've been in the studio, sessions musician. They're the most open-minded people in the world. And when they see me, they're like, okay, you're a Republican, but it's about music. It's the one thing that brings us together. And we keep politics out of the recording sessions wherever we are. And I've spent a lot of time with a lot of great Broadway musicians.
Well, that's actually...
And I tell you, a very...
That's actually not what happened. Actually, people in the audience booed them really loudly.
Booed who?
And then the cast.
Who did they boo?
Mike Pence and his daughter, who were just there to see a show.
They booed. Wait. They booed Mike Pence's daughter?
Yeah, and then the cast came out and.
What about the nephew? Did I hear they booed? Did they boo the nephew too?
They booed them all.
Did they really?
And then the cast,
wait a second. This is New York City.
And then the cast.
But hold on. I thought people in the flyover space were supposed to be really close-minded.
There were some people applauding, but there were a lot of boos. And then the cast came out, and actually, as they were trying to leave, because maybe they might have been just a smidge uncomfortable.
Did they tell the crowd not to act like savages?
They said shh, but then they gave Pence a long lecture and told him not to leave. And they read about their fears. But I think it might have actually been kind of pinpointing people in a very awkward situation, maybe even potentially dangerous. But it was not a good night.
What do you think of that, Mika?
Look, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about it. I thought it was the wrong thing to do.
Absolutely. There have to be limits. Public officials have to have some space that's off limits. My first year as mayor, I had to make a lot of cuts. I go to the Palestra, college basketball, with my 11-year-old son. It's my refuge. Nobody bothers me at the Palestra. All of a sudden, there's a rollout. Who could be mean enough? I didn't need to be told what was coming next. To close libraries, but Mayor Rendell.
And so they boo you and your 11-year-old.
Well, they didn't boo me, but there's a big rollout. It's the Palestra.
The thing is, you're right. There has to be a place, a refuge, and more important, though I didn't know this happened this weekend, I was just looking on the Twitter, and Bruce Springsteen, guitarist, said... there it is. There it is. Stevie Van Zandt said, a guy comes to a Broadway show for a relaxing night out. Instead, he's given a lecture from the stage.
And they won't let...
Not a level playing field. It's bullying. And here's the thing. What's the difference? The boss, Bruce Springsteen, I've seen a lot of his concerts. He talks politics, right? He never, as Stevie says, he never singles somebody out in the crowd. And there's so many ways they could have done it. But you don't, like you said, especially if you're bringing your kids.
It's just awful.
Yikes.
It's awful. And, you know, if they want to hold a press conference and deliver a message to the president or vice president.
Or hand him a letter.
Or hand him a letter, right. But not,
That was bad.
Awful.
Thank you.
Respect.
I got killed on Twitter.
No, you're absolutely right.
I was embarrassed. Still ahead on Morning Joe, Howard Dean.
Well, we'll talk about it later. I want to talk about that GE commercial, because that explains the election better than anybody else.
We want to explain
the Hammer commercial, because it explains the election better than anybody else.
What's his name? The kid on the commercial.
You can't lift the hammer?
Elliot or something.
It explains the election. The parents